So, you know that moment when you're hanging out with the little kid Timmy who lives next door to you, and you're serving him his favorite dish, crayons, and you're showing off all his favorite crayons, but then you look over and he starts munching down on the crayons like it's gonna be his last meal. You're super confused, but you're like okay with it because you invited him over to eat crayons. And then he starts choking. So the first thing you want to do is call 911, and they will talk you through everything you can do and send paramedics if they need to. The first thing you have to do is ask if he's choking. The one thing you can see right now is you can see the universal sign of choking is grabbing two hands up at your throat. Next, you want to get them into a standing position, and after that, you're going to try and do the heimlich maneuver. Now you want to do the heimlich. You do this by taking one fist, putting it at the abdomen and the chest, and then taking the other hand and grabbing it, doing upward thrusting motions. You know this is done when the large thing gets spit out. You're with Aunt Betty, and Aunt Betty's a smoking woman who's very, very, very pregnant. And you see that she's smoking, but she's smoking a little too much that she's sticking the whole cigarette into her mouth. Now she's choking on it. First of all, Aunt Betty, you shouldn't be smoking when you're pregnant, or just smoking in general. But it's too late for that. You want to start the same way. Ask if they're choking, then get them into a standing position and do the Heimlich. But as you can see, you can't reach to the abdomen and the chest, so you grab in between the breast and you start doing the Heimlich the same way. The first one I did was not very good technique. This is a better technique. Now, they'll spit the large thing out of their throat, and that's when you know you did well. Now your name is Flynn, and you're chewing down on your gum, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm choking, but no one's around to hear me. You can do the Heimlich on yourself by positioning your chest on a hard edge surface and then thrusting forward like this. You can see that you're done once again when the spitting large thing gets out, and you can also be able to breathe. Here's a very close-up of it. You put your chest by the abdomen where you start that, you do a really weird thrusting motion that makes you look like you're having sex, and then you spit it out. Your name's still Flynn, and you actually failed to do the Heimlich maneuver on yourself, so you choked and then you passed out. Now your buddy Patrick comes on in and says, you're choking. So clearly, he calls 911 first, and then he proceeds to do CPR and tries and saves your life. Basically, he does this till the paramedics get here, and then after that, you know, if you die, you die. So what?